When Mary holds your hand, it feels so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Good morning. It is Friday and this is Choir Leader on a Kayak, and I've had a really nice week. You may have gathered, I think I'm Bert from Mary Poppins today, but actually he's a kind of a nice guy, so I think we don't have enough Berts in the world, so I can be Bert today. So I went to see Mary Poppins this week on the stage, and it was incredible. And I want to say a huge thank you to the choir member who made that possible for me. You know who you are, and you really made my week. It was such a joy to see one of my favourite stories on stage. Loads of singing, loads of dancing, and loads of colour. It was really wonderful. I think Mary Poppins is a much needed story. I remember the first time I watched it with my daughter, and she was about 3 years old. I think it was probably the first film that my mum ever took me to see. And it's so important because it's a story that has a message for pretty much everybody, whether you're an adult or a child, a banker or a nanny or a mummy, or just somebody who's trying to do their best in life. And life is very hard. Life is very busy. And throughout life we have to make many choices, whether we're going to be a mummy, whether we're going to be a suffragette and fight for our cause and have our voices heard, or whether we're a very busy man going to work. We all need a Mary Poppins in our life sometimes. Mary makes the day feel brighter. She talks to animals, but that's okay. I think that animals are great to talk to. They've always got something to contribute. I think we should all do more of it. Mary Poppins comes in response to a note from the children, Jane and Michael Banks. They want to play more. They write her a handwritten note. How lovely. Children write handwritten notes, and they absolutely tell it like it is. They don't need there to be paragraphs and the right spellings. They just pop down on paper their thoughts. Isn't that wonderful? So Mary Poppins comes in response to a handwritten note, and she comes into their lives. The winds change and she arrives, and she makes everything feel better. She has her rules. She doesn't take any nonsense, and she treats everything with a spoonful of sugar or a very clear instruction, and everybody knows where they stand. I ran a couple of workshops last weekend at the Bental Centre. They were for anybody to come and sing, and it literally was anybody. I had women in there who could barely speak English, lots and lots of children, lots of mums, a couple of dads, a couple of teenage boys, and I had an hour to teach 4 songs in harmony. And I have my work cut out for me, there's absolutely no doubt about it. I was exhausted after the weekend. But I had such lovely feedback from people. A couple of people sent me some messages to say it was like a medicine. I came away singing and smiling with my son, and it was such a great shared experience. So perhaps there's a little bit of Mary Poppins in all of us, even if you're not lucky enough to have the name Mary, as I am. I think we can all do our best to try to find something to smile about, to offer those little handwritten notes, to hold someone's hand when perhaps they need you to send a little message, and to rock up in person. Mary Poppins rocked up in person, or was she just a figment of their imagination? I don't know. All I know is there have been a few Mary Poppins in my life this week, and I want to say a really big thank you to you. From lovely lunches, from trips to Mary Poppins, to coming to a rehearsal room and making it all feel better for us, and just for being there and always bringing your best version. Have a super duper week. It's a very special week for me, and I look forward to seeing you here or at Covent Garden tomorrow, where my wonderful choir are performing 1 p.m. in the Actors Church. We're going to be singing 3 of our favourite songs, and we're going to be sharing the space with some other wonderful local choirs, and then we're going to go out and have a jolly time in the afternoon. So if I don't see you at Covent Garden, perhaps I'll see you at choir rehearsal next week, where we're going to have great attendance, and we're all going to be there to hold each other's hands and give the best version we can of every single song. And we're going to rock up in person, And if I don't see you there, then I hope to see you here on the river, where I'll probably be talking to some animals as well as talking to you. Lots and lots of love. Mwah.